We've all seen it. One bad fight and the game's over. But why does this keep happening in Marvel Rivals? Every single time I play Marvel Rivals, there's always a match where someone gets a little upset because they keep dying, and they blame the supports or they blame a tank, and then they just give up, either by leaving or just AFKing or just walking it down and just going mid and dying. The first sign of a crack is usually by someone saying something in the chat or someone saying something to the supports, blaming a teammate for the mistake or blaming a support ult. Frustration builds instead of adapting, and they start nitpicking every move. Once that spiral starts, things just goes out of hand. Think about it. There's been several times where someone has said something to a support and they just go, okay, GG's, and stop trying. And it's really upsetting because it shouldn't be, you say one thing to a teammate and they give up. But it also shouldn't be, I blame you for a mistake that you made. And instead of like saying, okay, we got this, I just go, okay, you suck. And it's just upsetting because that's currently where Rivals is, where several matches that I played today, people just gave up after someone said something to them, or they just gave up because they weren't doing what they want them to do. And this is consistent. This is 4 games in a row where this happened. And this is GM level. This isn't like, plat lobbies or gold lobbies. This is GM, which is mid ladder. People also don't realize when you play solos and no one's communicating, it's really you're focusing on your own gameplay instead of your entire team's. So maybe you're playing something like a fire, right? You're playing Iron Man and you're going up in the air and you're taking a bunch of damage. Now your supports are having to look up at you and your tank dies because he can't get healed because you're pulling your attention from your supports. And you think to yourself, man, my tank keeps dying. Why does he keep dying? And it's not because he's bad. It's because you're pulling attention with your pick. But since you're playing solo, you're only focusing on your own gameplay instead of seeing why or what's happening to the Magneto. Also, people just don't care to finish out games. Like we stomped this team easily, going 3 minutes and 59 seconds. And then we get somewhat reverse stomped by them, and they got like 2 minutes and 4 seconds. And I'm asking my teammates, hey, should I swap something better to make it easier for you guys? And my Hella says this. Friend, I can go Penny if that helps y'all survive. I can throw a nest in garage and y'all can play in there. Thoughts?
Play this at all. That's
Huh?
my thought.
What was that?
What do you say?
I don't want to play this at all. That's my thought.
We're up an entire 2 minutes. What are we on about? So, like, it doesn't even matter if you're, like, winning. They still swap Widow. And they don't want to play the game anymore. And they'll start surrender voting. We ended up winning that game. But it's, like, the fact that we're winning and you still want to get out the game and surrender. Like, I don't get... What's the point of playing ranked if you don't want to win? That's what that really boggles my mind. What I'm trying to see is the signs of, like, what makes a player want to throw. Is it because of the fact that it feels unwinnable to them? Is it because of the fact that they think the rank system is against them? Because I've seen people say online that, like, the MR or the rank system isn't, fair at all. That the fact that people can, like, do really well some games and then get put up with other people who are, who have lost, which I've had that before. I mean, I've had people that I have destroyed on the enemy team, and then I get them next match on my team, and I know they're, like, not the best player. They didn't perform well in that team last time. And it's like, okay, that's weird. And then there's other games, where I go, like, 0-8, and I get put on another team, and we also all go 0-8, and I go on another team, and I, do pretty good. But my team also goes 0-8, and it's just super weird because the gameplay you're seeing right here too is on my Celestial 3 account. We swapped accounts because I wanted to play actual, like, high rank, and the first match we got, we had no one talking, no one communicating, no one was trying to work together with each other. I've made swaps, my teammate made swaps, and we're just hard calming to help the team. No one speaks at all except spam ping I need heals the entire match. And it's just annoying because we're trying to win, right? Obviously. But the teammates here don't care to win. And at the end of the game, they end up just blaming us, saying, all right, we had no team. And it's just so weird that's like where we're at on Rivals, is the fact that people don't want to calm, but they also get mad that they lost, and it's like negative. It's like backwards logic. I don't know. Also, things I want to improve on this game, definitely for throwing, make it worse for people. I feel like people don't like. It's laughable, the repercussions for this game, because think of it like this. With Overwatch, not many people throw the game, like just hard throw or leave the game. And I think it has to do, honestly, with the queue times, because the queue times are so long that people just don't want to sit in another queue waiting for another match just because they didn't feel like playing out the other one. Like they treat the match with more want because of the fact that it takes so long to get back in another one. And Marvel Rivals has that blessing of not having roll queue, so you can get in a match relatively quickly each time. But I feel like with Rivals, since they have that ability to get in a game really fast and really consistently, they see that the match is a little difficult and they don't feel like playing it out, and so they'll just go, okay, I'm just gonna leave this game because my teammates suck. So I'm just gonna leave, throw the game. I catch a 15-second or 15-minute ban, whatever. I'll just come back next game. And I think that's really bad for the game, because you're just getting players who just don't want to finish out games, because it does make sense at the end of the day. I mean, like, if you do the math, right, a 30-minute game or a 40-minute game, right, where it goes like 13-13, you could fit several matches of Marvel Rivals Ranked in there, compared to finishing out that one match that you might lose, right? And I don't know what it is with ranked play, if people just have given up on actually trying to climb and sinking hours into one match, or time into finishing out one match. I don't know what it is, but that's where it's at right now, especially with Rivals Ranked. I haven't seen it in other games because I haven't played much of other games. I've just been grinding out Rivals, and it just feels like, honestly, it feels like if I get a 10-game win streak, I keep playing. The second I get a loss, I hop off. You have to avoid people on the enemy team and people on your team to not get them again. And that is just wild to me, because I've never had to do that with any game ever before. I've never gone, okay, let me see who did bad on their team and let me avoid them, because I'm going to get them on my team next game if I do not. And it is like consistent. If I didn't avoid them, I would get them next match and they would do horrible on my team. And I'm actively commenting, dude, what else do you play? Or what do you need me to play to help you? And it's just like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There is some people in ranked that I do not know how they got there. That's just a fact. But hey, that's any competitive game, though. There's always going to be some players that you're like, how the hell did you get up here? But it's also the fact that they're still your teammates, and if you want to win, you need to work with them. Some people are unable to be worked with. That's understandable, right? Many players just want quick wins, and the match feels tough, and they just give up, and they'd rather surrender and jump into the next game. But for me, what pulls me back in and what makes me want to win is that winning to me is fun, right? And playing Black Panther also is fun. But, whatever, I'll swap off of Black Panther and play, meta, like go Hela or Namor if we need it. And if I win, I mean, that honestly is like the biggest thing for me, and grinding rank. And what's it called? People just need to take a deep breath and remember, you're here to win as a team. And instead of blaming each other and focusing on small adjustments, you can work on your positioning, your communicating, or even just staying calm. Like having that concrete foundation and being that like rock for your team of like, hey, shut up, we can win this. Honestly helps win games more than anything. I've had that more times than not, where I tell people to shut up and focus on the game, and usually we'll win, honestly. And the more I see people throw, the more I start wondering, is it the players or is it the way ranked is built to feel, honestly?